Are you ready?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Today we are going to present our unknown substance, silver nitrate. My name is James.
My name is Libin.
My name is Lucy.
Oh, hi.
What's you?
We observed our unknown substance physical properties are not shiny. It is solid and it is larger crystals. The chemical properties have oxidization and thus electricity in water and forms a black crystal with sodium hydroxide, and it forms a yellow crystal with sodium phosphate.
The question that we try to answer in this experiment was, how can I identify an unknown substance by its chemicals and physical properties?
Our group's hypothesis is that if we mix the unknown substance with the liquid, then we will be able to identify an unknown substance.
In our experiment, first we dissolve the substance in water, and then we put the two wires that have electricity and connect it with the bulb in water. Finally, we observe if the bulb is light up or not. This is our data.
In experiment 2, first we add NaOH to a container and mix it with the unknown substance, and then we use stir rule to stir these two chemicals. Finally, we observe if the mixture forms a precipitant or not. Our data table shows that the unknown substance forms a black precipitant.
In experiment 3, we added NaPO4 to the unknown substance, and we used a stirring rule to stir the two substances together. And then we observed the substance whether forms a precipitant or not. And in the data, it shows that it forms a yellow precipitant.
In our result, the trend shows that in the experiment 1, the unknown substance conducts electricity. In the experiment 2, the unknown substance forms a black crystal with NaOH, and experiment 3, the unknown substance forms a yellow crystal when it mixed with sodium phosphate. And this is our experiment picture.
Our conclusion: from our result, we inferred that our substance is silver nitrate because it contains electricity, forms a black precipitant with NaOH, forms a yellow precipitant with NaPO4.
In this lab, we learned that to identify an unknown substance using chemical tests, and I learned that from this experiment I should think quickly, because in the future, even now, I have many problems on study, and I need to think it quickly so that I don't have more mistakes.
After this experiment, I know how to observe the thing around my life.
And in this experiment, I learned how to protect myself from chemicals.
for listening. Any questions?
Libin. NaPO4. NaPO4.
Sodium phosphate.
How certain you are in your results?
Very certain because during the three trials that we did in each experiment, most of them had the same result.
Any more questions?
Can you repeat the chemical property again?
It our unknown substance is very easy to oxidize, and it forms a black crystal with and it forms a yellow crystal with sodium phosphate. No questions? No more?
So what made you less certain about your result?
During the first experiment when we conduct the unknown substance with electricity, during the second trial, the light bulb didn't light, so it caused us to be uncertain about the results that we are finding.
Maybe, what was the most challenging part for you?
It's most difficult for me is to mix the NaOH with the unknown substance because I always mix too much NaOH in it, and I made a result I can very certain about.
What's NaOH?
Sodium hydroxide.
Okay, I have a question. Can you go to the slide about your connections to your real life, please? Okay. So, Libin, you said observations you can affect your life. How can you use observations in your life? Can you give an example of when you will observe in your life?
Follow the thing very carefully.
What about in college or in your job? When will you observe something?
When I find a very difficult problem and I feel it won't work very hard by myself, and I will solve this problem with my group or my classmate.
But is there something, what do you want to do in college?
Study English.
You want to English that you have to make observations? You have to use your
the Harvard.
James, can you give an example of a time in college or in your job that you will need to think critically?
Like in my future, maybe in my job, it will be very hard for me, and I should know the steps to finish the steps.
What about in college? What do you want to study in college?
Business, education, or something else.
Okay. So when is a time that you will need to think critically if you are studying business?
When I am studying business, I will think it critically because, like in business, there are many companies, and I should know that which companies I go, they think critically.
Okay, good. And Lucy, you said you learned how to protect yourself during an experiment. When do you think you will do another experiment in the future, like in college or in your career?
If I am taking a chemistry class or a science class in college, then I might have another chance to do that. And I think it's very important to learn how to protect yourself during lab.
Okay. Are there any other questions for them? Okay, thank you.